What's up? This is Akira on Roamer, and I'm not gonna review like this thing as a team because, well, this isn't your team at all. Like three of these players aren't even on your team anymore, I think, and you're not even on your normal classes. So I'm just gonna be watching this from your Roamer POV, I guess. Yeah, here we go. So you go to mid. Looks like the rest of your team went left, but you solo decided to go right. And, you're not really doing much. You kind of went right, but you are just kind of chilling in house. So I would just get out. You're already two players down. There's really no point in just eating more damage. So, yeah, you guys should have ran away a long time ago. Like, I don't know why your medic is still sitting here. Because now they're already on second. Okay. So you're kind of screwed. You're basically probably going to force you to use your Uber just to get away. Or just, yeah. Okay, that was really unfortunate. So what went wrong there is, I guess, as a team and from your POV, it really didn't look like you did a whole lot at mid. Like, nothing was really happening. And then you guys were two players down, which is one of the signs that you should get out of mid early. And you did not leave mid at a proper time. You really overstayed your welcome. And that's why you had to Uber there and get all that stuff out of the way. So that really was not that good. And but earlier, good job to force the medic once that you knew that you had to force. You jumped at their medic and forced him. So good job. And it looks like you're kind of buying your team time here just by jumping around behind them, which I guess is okay. I don't know if that was intentional, but it worked. But now your team needs to take all of this space that the blue team's giving you and cap point, which you did. So yeah, I think your life there after the mid fight was pretty good overall. You just bought time for your team and allowed your team to cap second, so you did your job, but we'll have to see what you do next time on mid, because that was kind of ugly. That's okay. I just realized I'm not recording my screen, so let's see if I can figure this out. Okay, nope. Okay, let's see if this works now. Hopefully I can sort that video footage together with shadow play. So I'm guessing your team is pushing, but okay, you just killed the medic and he had like 90 something%. So that was a good job there. I don't know if your team had calculated exactly that they did not have Uber yet, but either way they didn't have Uber and you killed the medic. So your team should totally push. Blue team is giving you all that free space. What you need to do as a roamer is just jump at them and choke while the rest of your team pushes and caps right now. You just need to throw yourself at the choke point right now. There you go. And kill these people that are feeding, because these guys are just feeding at this point. And okay. Well, that's alright. You got second and you still have 50% Uber advantage, but Lyric killed himself. Oh no. Yeah, once you saw that blue team, like as a team in general, once you saw that blue team was basically out of second, there was like a scout left over and you jumped him, which is good. But you had like full Uber advantage. What you needed to do was throw a couple people on Spire and then get your combo up at choke, and then maybe like one or two people watching the flank while the rest of your team caps and everything is kind of organized in that manner. And you probably shouldn't forward hold on Badlands if you have even Ubers. It's usually just best to defend last if you're in this situation. Now, I know that sounds really strange, like, oh, we have Uber, we can get closer. And this is just one of those things where lobby holds usually work, especially on this map, if you hold them when you don't have Uber and they do, because what that means Okay, so by the way, they're giving you all this free space. What you need to do is just go, just jump. And I guess the rest of your team was dealing with whatever was on last, but that threat seems to be gone. What you need to do is just get aggressive. Just don't let these blue people walk in. They're just walking in for free. It looks like you're kind of playing pocket for the most part. I know you're like the pocket for the team right now, but I just saw the text or the chat or whatever before this STV started, and it said you were playing roamer. So I'm going to assume you are the roamer for this game specifically. So you have the 3 down. Like your team just needs to hold their W keys right now through choke, and just slaughter everyone else. Like there's no reason as a team to be standing here when both teams have, or when you have a 3-player advantage. There you go. So capping mid and then just getting a hold going would probably be best, which is probably what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to assume now that you're playing the pocket role. Even though before the game started it said you were roamer, I'm just going to assume you're playing pocket. So hopefully I didn't say anything based on the fact that you were playing roamer earlier. Based on the fact that I thought you were playing roamer earlier. But Ubers are traded, their medic's dead. They don't have heals. Just go on the Spire. But it looks like your flank player was taking a 2v1, which is not good. So there's still 2 guys in the flank. But I guess what you're doing yourself is pretty good. Just trying to cap, but your team was a bit slow. For some reason, the rest of your team wasn't with you. I don't know why. But that kind of thing needs to be organized. But yeah, what I was saying earlier about Badlands lobby holds is what you should do. And I've done this a few times, many times, and it's worked every single time I've done it. And what you need to do on lobby holds is you hold a lobby when you're at an Uber disadvantage. And I know that sounds weird, but what that means is you have your demo trap the bottom shutters, and you have your pocket kind of watching bats. You have your roamer on the right side of bats, and then you have your scouts, with each soldier. And what that does is that hold is really tight, and that forces the enemy team to use their Uber just to get into lobby because it's such a tight hold. And then that will leave your team with then the Uber advantage, But when you're holding Uber v Uber, and you're trying to hold lobby, you're going to force their, I don't know, it's just, I've always found that it's best just to go and hold last with the Uber. It just works better if you play it right. But yeah, whenever you're like planning to hold lobby, you need to get that Uber out, or else there's really no point in holding lobby, because that lobby is like so choke pointy. Like you have 2 shutter doors and you have bats, and it really forces them just to use an Uber just to get anywhere. So I don't know what you're doing. You have both soldiers playing with the combo right now, and it looks like there's 2 people in flank struggling, or your scout in flank struggling, trying to fight 2 blue players. So you get a pick. I guess this means that you're going to just push. This is an all-out push, it looks like. Or a counter. I don't know. I saw the other soldier go with you, but it looked like it was just a 2-player feed. So I understand like the concept of counter sacking when you get when you get a player pick. Like what you should have done right there when you got that 1 player was probably just send in your roamer to counter sack, or just do a full-on push. But bleeding 2 players like that into 4 people with heals, it's just feeding at that point, I think. So your medic died somehow, and they're gonna have probably like a 20% Uber advantage if they're healing. There you go. So I'm guessing, okay, I'm just gonna go back and say that I'm assuming you're the roamer. Like I have no idea what role you're playing. that might be an issue, but 3 players died. They have a 50% Uber advantage. That's basically the round for the blue team, or it should be anyway, if they play this right. So your team is up. And what you should be doing is, I mean, they already have control of lobby, so you kind of need to get that Uber out, or kill the medic, I mean, or just hold last with like a heavy and an NG and a pyro or something. Just do the best you can. So they pop into you and you have no Uber. So that's pretty much a round for the blue team, probably. If they can hit a shot, there they go. And yeah. But that's okay. And it looks like you did the roamer rollout earlier, so I'm confirming that you are indeed playing roamer, I'm assuming. So you do the typical roamer rollouts just to jump around the medic, which is fine. And your team chooses to go left. I like this aggression across point, but yeah, that was pretty good. I don't know where the rest of your team was since I'm only watching your POV, but it looked like a pretty good mid from you. You got spam on them and your team just kind of was with you that whole push, so you could just walk across point. I think it would have been okay if you'd have jumped at them, but I don't know. Either way, this worked. Waddling at them scared them out, so at this point your team just needs to go in. There's no reason not to push them out of second. Oh, but I guess your medic died earlier. Okay, that part I missed. So, you know, this is interesting, I guess. They have a full Uber ad, and they just let you walk into second. Okay. That's interesting. So at this point you need to be... I mean, I don't know what the blue team is doing. I'm assuming they're going to hold lasts. I guess. It looks like they have a last hold going. So, yeah. Yeah, that was kind of expected. The blue team was definitely going to push out if they had Uber ad. And you guys were holding way too close for that to happen. What you could have done was just hold passively with a couple people like in bats watching the whole lobby, but have your medic out of there because they just killed you with Uber advantage, and now they're going to have a slight Uber advantage again if they play this right. Sorry, I got a sore throat today. That was a water bottle for those that are wondering. So yeah, this is good to just hold this, but you're playing with the combo as the roamer, so I'm a little confused as to what you're doing. You should be in the flank right now. Especially since the other soldier is literally just right next to you. So there's really no reason for you to be right here. You need to be helping your flank buddies. And you get a pick, but there's a soldier there, unfortunately. And it looks like Ubers were traded. And at this point, you're 2 players down. You kind of just need to get your medic out and play it safe, because your players are hurt. But no, okay. Your team went huge and got frags, so never mind. Now you have a 50% Uber advantage. And if I was you, Akira, I would just... I guess you have to fight this guy now, but okay. Just go on to second as a team, like your team needs to be on second. It needed to happen a long time ago. So you're finally capping. You have full Uber advantage. This should be an easy round for you guys. So let's see what happens. And it's like you're roamer and pocket. It's both. I don't even know what's happening. So you got a lot of cap time, and you bleed 4 players. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what you needed to do there was just simply organize yourselves in lobby. I mean, I guess I don't mind that scout fed for all that cap time, I guess, but you really just needed to get yourself organized in lobby. But it looked like that demo just went huge. I'm assuming you guys walked over a trap, but yeah, that was really unfortunate. If you're going to be playing this pocket role so much as roamer, you got to be, doing pocket things such as looking for traps. So, yeah. Not that all of that was your fault, obviously. Not, but, it's just unfortunate when everyone dies from a trap. So you're behind them. You kill the medic. And right now your team just needs to go to second point. This is good, but I don't know if you really need to stack it so hard with everyone. Just walk into lobby since they're giving it to you. And here you have a pretty fat Uber advantage. Once again, this should, in theory, just be a round for you guys. So last time you guys walked over a trap. This time we'll see what happens. But you need to just go into lobby. Do you guys know that you have this Uber advantage? I don't know. Yeah, so right now you guys are just wasting your Uber ad. You need to either push right now. Okay, yeah. Okay. So you didn't push with Uber advantage, and I really, really do hope that what that guy said in chat did not fool you with the Uber charge ready, because that would just be the dumbest thing in the world if that actually worked. I hope not. I really hope that didn't work. So right now as a roamer, you just need to be on the right side, I guess. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a big stalemate, so you can feed up, you can just go feed a player to switch off to sniper or something, or whatever, but this is probably not going to go your way. Yeah. So you lost a player, expect them to feed a player. I would definitely expect them to counter sack or probably push. I don't know why they would push, but it looks like they're going to, since you guys are backing up. Okay. Oh no, and you get forced. I mean, that's 3 players, so I would just go to last and stand on point. That's the number one thing with Badlands lasts, is like all the matches that I've played in Badlands, like official matches, I've never lost an official Badlands match because all we've done was just stand on point. Like the old Badlands, when the cap time was literally just 1 second, all you had to do was, send some people through upper, have your demo watch main, the main entrance, so he could sticky the point. And while all of those people are popped through upper, like the pocket and a scout, for example, you just have the rest of the players just stand on point. Like, just throw your bodies at the point, and if, they kill the bodies that are on the point, your demo is destroying the other team with stickies. Like, just keep throwing bodies at point, and it almost always worked against lower level teams. So that was the Badlands strat that I was mentioning, was just throw bodies at the point. And your demo just does all the damage and you win usually. And yeah, this is really unorganized. Like, I remember you were having issues with a main caller. Whoever the main caller is needs to step up, or nobody really knows how to main call, which is fine. We can figure that out another time. And I don't know if I'm going to upload this privately or publicly. If you want me to upload it publicly to YouTube, just tell me, And if I end up doing that, for those viewers, this is a steel scrim, I think. And I am actually mentoring this team this season. And Lyric is not on this team, he's just playing with them for fun, I think. So yeah. You're holding forward in lobby with a 40% Uber disad. They're probably just going to pop into you again and your medic's going to die. And it's not going to go well. So you either need to be building really hard or back up and just hope that they don't push into you. But it looks like the blue team has pissed away another Uber advantage. That seems to be a common theme with these teams, is just losing Uber advantages. I like how you go the right side to avoid the Uber chaotic situation. And I really do like this, just spamming down. But unfortunately, you guys just did not play it right. And I guess I can go back and look at what happened. It looks like... Oh shoot. I'll just go to tick. Oh my gosh. These ticks are in the hundreds of thousands, so it's gonna be like... It's just gonna be terrible to load. Let's just see if this will work. See, what time is it? 11:20. Okay, I'm gonna hit play. I'm going to go to your POV. Actually, I'm gonna go third person, just for this one. So they have 3 people right here, heavy on point, and this is basically free. It's just a scout. If you just send a soldier through here, okay, never mind. But whatever. So you guys pop in. Yeah, you guys just had a really bad Uber. You had no advantage to push off of, and because their Uber was better, you know, that, I guess that was really the main thing. Like, their Uber was just better. You guys had no advantage to push off of. You were pushing into a last with a heavy and a bat with when the other team had a heavy and they also had a better Uber. So what you need to do there was just like, you need to make sure that you're pushing off of some sort of advantage. Like, just straight up pushing into a badlands last against an Uber and a heavy is not gonna work, especially if you end up popping first. So that was what went wrong there. And it looks like they're just going to turtle on last still, which is okay, I guess. Okay, your team has a 50% Uber disadvantage. I have no idea if you guys know this or not. That was just unnecessary, even though you traded, like, unless you were going to go for the medic or something to try and get a force out. I don't know. So it looks like you guys keep feeding players but getting picks. So you guys keep trading players. So here we are at another Badlands last stalemate. You guys have no off classes. So I'm gonna go ahead and guess that this is going to last 5 minutes unless someone makes a mistake. Looks like your pocket fed. So that's cool. Oh, and a scout died too. Okay, oh, blue just decided to push. Wow, this is really ugly. Well, that's unfortunate. I didn't even see what happened since I was watching your POV, but it just looked like maybe your pocket fed and then blue team pushed and they got a 2-pick advantage. So. And since you are the roamer and your pocket is already in this choke, you really need to go to the flank right now. Stacking choke is just wasting players. Definitely have a better chance of being more effective and getting picks on the flank than just chilling at the choke with your pocket. Yeah, because, I mean, look at it. Okay, you gotta decide to go in to try and get a force, but it doesn't work. And now expect a counter sack. I mean, this is why you need to be in the flank, because they have two people just walking in your house. Like, if you were there, then they wouldn't be able to do that. You guys lose players and end up forcing. You do have a better Uber, though. But it just did not go well. What did that guy say? My team didn't want to push when only a utility does down and it was 90% capped. I don't know what utility he was talking about, but there was no heavy when that was said. So I don't know. Who knows what's happening? But it looks like you guys know that second is a bunch of free space right now and you're going to try and take it. I meant to watch this from Akira's perspective. Where are you at though? Oh, you're dead. Okay. That's why I couldn't find you. I guess I'll just watch this until then. So it looks like they have a forward hold going. I mean, it looks like you're trying to attempt to push them out of lobby, which can work since you guys have Uber advantage. You're about to have Uber, so I don't know. I would just push, like just go to last with this Uber right now. That's what needs to happen. This is an easy round win for you if you just go with the Uber advantage. But nobody seems to be... I mean, you don't even have to count Ubers exactly. I mean, Ubers are pretty easy to keep track of just based upon when their medic died. And yeah, it just did not go well. And it looks like Akira's... That's a weird spot to stand. Your scout keeps doing this thing down here where he just feeds into these two players. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish with... You know, there's always a soldier right here. He's just gonna die to him. So... Right now, you have way too many people just standing here. You guys can't be holding where I am right now. You guys need to be holding over here, so you're not in this easy sight line of spam. And this also gives you the option when they all push through upper, you know, a couple players or whatever, or over here can just run to last and try and back cap against a heavy, but I don't know. That's if your Uber didn't go well. And you get forced unnecessarily. You get forced, and the only reason being is because you stood in the line of spam. So this is just kind of a where to hold on what map situation. You need to be holding over here by these stairs and bats, like, so you won't get forced like that. Holding right here is just a death trap. There's no reason to be here. And because you guys held there, you are now 3 players down at a huge Uber disadvantage. So you need to run far away and don't look back. Far, far away. The medic does anyway. Unless blue team is going to turtle. Oh my gosh, they're turtling on Uber advantage. What are they doing? Oh, there's 2 minutes left? But I don't know. You'd think they would be aggressive, considering they have a decent Uber ad and 2 minutes left in the round, but who knows, man? Who knows what their thought process was? You got Lyric in here taking a 1v1 against a scout. Solo with the scout having the advantage of a health pack. I don't know, man. So it looks like they push out with their Uber finally. Oh wait, I see. Blue was the one that had the point up above you guys. Okay. But still, I don't know. I guess they just... Who knows? I honestly have no idea what the thought process of these players are. Not anymore. And wow, blue just fed. I don't know, man. Like, look at this. Look at this Pootis. Look at this lone Pootis. Like, what is he doing here? Like, I don't know, man. I mean, he needed to be on last in this situation, but he should have been on his normal class pushing because, you know, this is going to be a round for red when red did not deserve that. Like, they just did not deserve that at all. Oh, that was so unfortunate for blue team. Yeah, be ashamed, says Akira. Yeah, all of this was looking pretty shameful, but that's fine. I shouldn't be talking like this. We're all trying to get better here. So, let's see this last mid fight. Okay. I don't know, man. It didn't even look like your team went... Oh, you're running a Pootis to mid. Okay, you guys are throwing now. Just checking. 3 seconds left, understandably. And there it is, 1-1. Alright, well, there were a lot of things in that game that I pointed out throughout the whole thing, but the main things were you need to have a main color. It was very evident to me that you had no one calling anything, just from what I'm seeing. And the reason being is because there was really no organization on holds. Like, you as a roamer were standing with your combo and choke when you need to be over here, right here, just kind of chilling, watching this with a scout friend, ready to follow up on any feeding blue players. Sorry. And also, counting Ubers. You don't have to count them to the exact percentage. No one does that. But the very least you guys can do is keep track of when their medic died. And from that alone, you guys know if you have Uber advantage or not in a very basic sense. You know, it gets more advanced than that, but I think that is a good first step for trying to keep track of Ubers, is just keeping in mind when their medic died. And yeah. You know, I pointed out everything else, but you really have to know where to hold on badlands, and you know, don't waste your Uber advantages, and know when to hold passive. So, for example, they had full Uber advantage on last, they had a pick, and you didn't have Uber, and you guys were still holding very close in lobby. Like, you have to know that they're just going to push into you. That was all your guys' fault, you know, because they had every right to push, but you guys just needed to chill. You needed to get your medic out of the fight, and you just needed to hold passive. I have a video talking about that on my channel, like passive holding, but if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, or anything with this team, you know, members of your team, Akira, then, you know, ask me. And also get back to me, do you want me to upload this publicly to YouTube or privately? So if I do end up uploading it publicly, then thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to send me your demos or STVs or whatever, then just add me on Steam through my channel link. Or if you go to my channel, I have a link to my Steam group. I can be found there. Or you can just send me a private message and send me a Dropbox link or a Mediafire link. I don't care. Whatever. And that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Akira. And yeah, there we go.